As a chef and a nutritionist, I often get asked, why do you think our nation is so sick? My answer, what do we do every day? We eat food. I live with illness and have used food to help me get well and feel better. So my goal here is to teach you to do the same. Eating healthfully does not have to be about Birkenstocks and dreadlocks. So chew on this. Welcome to Chew on This. Today we have a very special guest. All of our guests are special. Ryan's extra special. This is Ryan Koreski, and he is my son Jack's hockey coach. And I find Ryan's story quite compelling because I caught him at the rink one day, at the hockey rink, downing some Nestle's Quick chocolate milk. And what did you tell me about that, Ryan?
I told you that was the new recovery drink, Steph. Instead of drinking a Gatorade drink, I said the athletes now, after doing physical activity, that chocolate milk's good to recover.
And so what I said to Ryan is, come on the show, and I decided to name this show "Bulk Without the Blubber: How to Maintain Weight and Gain Weight as an Athlete," because it's a really important topic, and I feel that a lot of people out there are. To gain weight, they're drinking these protein drinks and piling on the protein bars and the protein in the cereal. And really, that is not my methodology on how to go about it. And so I have Ryan on today to teach him a few things and to talk about some of his predicaments, which are very interesting. And so Ryan, why don't you talk to me a little bit about your diet?
Well, I get up pretty early in the morning to go to work. I get up at around 5:45, and I'd say I have a cup of coffee and a banana, and then a bowl of cereal, and then I get ready for work, go to work, and then I might stop at a deli. I'll have an egg sandwich with sausage and ketchup and all etc. Maybe on a roll, sometimes on a wrap. So
you have this insatiable hunger.
Then this is around, I'd say, by the time I get to work, get in the work truck, everything ready to go. It's probably around 8:45.
Okay.
I have this, but then at 10:30. I usually pack the same lunch every single day, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, sugar-free jam.
Sugar-free?
Sugar-free jam.
So what is it sweetened with? Artificial sweetener?
I don't know. It's the Polymer brand. You know that brand?
Oh.
Polymer, sugar-free.
Pollen are all fruit.
That's it. That's the one.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's the sugar-free brand.
Sugar-free
so usually when
brand.
things say sugar-free, it means that they're sweetened with artificial sweeteners, which are chemical sweeteners. And
I also put Splenda in my coffee. I don't use sugar. But I don't use cream either. I use whole milk. Whole milk, and I drink through a straw.
So then why do you put Splenda in?
Because I don't want that sugar. I'd rather have, and it's a little bit sweeter. I like the flavor.
Okay, so it doesn't really make sense. Ryan is pounding the chocolate milk, but he's putting Splenda in his coffee.
Right.
So maybe what I love to do is I love to say, let's get back to real food and forget the Splenda. Forget the artificial sweeteners, the colors, the flavors, the preservatives, because all of that stuff in quantity over and over and over again, like the Diet Coke that I saw you drinking the other day.
I like diet sodas.
I know you do.
I like, after every game, I always had a diet soda, always just one.
How about a little seltzer with some juice splashed in?
Nah, you gotta have a diet soda. It's part of my routine.
Well, my whole thing is not to remove everything that everybody enjoys from their diet, because I think that there's a fine balance. But I think we need to be really educated about what it is that we're eating and make those choices wisely. So going back to your diet, tell me, lunch, was that the peanut butter and jelly?
No, that's what I make for lunch. And then usually, I eat, that's supposed to be my lunch, but then I'll go to a deli and I will get, a hero, let's say an average day, I would get, chicken cutlet with mozzarella, tomato, onions, and Russian dressing on try to get a whole wheat hero if they have them. If not, I don't care what I have. I'm starving.
Now, are you feeling satiated after you eat? Are you feeling that you've...
Oh, once I get that, I feel I'm ready to finish out the day.
Right. Yeah, and you're not grumpy?
Not grumpy.
Good.
Yeah, I'm very good. And to add to that, I do drink a lot of water throughout the day. So I have a 4-liter jug of water, which is the equivalent to a gallon here in the United States.
Right. Ryan's from Canada. He's a hockey player from Canada.
So I drink water throughout the day. So I'm saying on an average day, I usually have about 4 to 5 liters of water every day.
And what else do you drink during the day?
Coffee. And some Gatorade maybe, and some other drinks, you know, maybe a soda or two. Well, it's not every day a soda, but, you know, maybe, say, 5 to 6 sodas a week, let's say.
Okay, so my favorite point about Ryan's diet, because we were talking a little bit before the show, is that he usually wakes up at around, what, anywhere between 12 and 2 in the morning?
Yes. And
has another meal.
Right. I do. Well, usually it's the leftovers from the night before, or that night, or I guess it would be the night before, and you know, whatever that's in the fridge. Like for instance,
because you're starving.
Starving. Wake up starving, ready to eat, and then I can't sleep until I eat, and then I go back to sleep, and I'm ready to eat in the morning again.
And do you feel rested in the morning?
Yes, I feel rested in the morning.
Okay, so my challenge now is to look at Ryan and say, how can we get him a good night's sleep, and how can we get him to eat more regularly throughout the day different foods that are going to actually keep you satiated longer, so he's not dealing with this constant
struggle?
Well, I have some snacks here that I want to try.
Okay.
Because Ryan is sort of eating meals as snacks, which is okay, but things that are going to keep you satiated a little longer, things that have like nuts and nut butters that have more fat. My goal is to get nutrient-dense foods in you, nutrient-rich, calorically dense foods in you. So we've got here Kind bars. Would you like to taste?
Yes.
There's a little coconut. I know Ryan doesn't love coconut.
Yeah, well, I'll try it. If it's only a little bit, if I can't taste it, I'll eat it.
Okay, so why don't you try that? This is one of my favorites. How do you like that?
That's good.
That's good,
I
right?
like that. Yeah, I like that.
So you could have this instead of the Nestle's Quick, and this
or
could actually.
How about I eat that? Then I could wash it down with the Nestle's Quick.
Or you can wash it down with milk. And then we've got Bumble Bars. So this is a chocolate Bumble Bar. It's sesame seed based. I haven't tasted this flavor yet, so I'm going to taste this one too.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's okay.
You like the other one? It has,
I like the other bar.
It has more substance, right?
That one's better.
And this I've never tasted either. This is a pure bar. It's a chocolate brownie bar. Because Ryan likes.
Let's try that. I do like brownies, the real ones.
Right.
With real sugar.
And the thing about these bars is that they're real food bars. There are no protein. Ooh, these are nice. There's no protein powder in them, which is highly processed protein chains.
That's okay.
From soy, typically, like soy protein isolates. These are real foods, so these are made with nuts and seeds and dried fruit.
Well, if I'm to change the way that I eat, it's going to be quite the adjustment period because, I mean, let's be honest here. A real brownie compared to...
Have a real brownie once in a while.
That?
Taste that. Let's see if you like that. I like this one. I don't know if you're going to like this one as much.
I have to go with my favorites. Those, the
Kind bars?
The Kind bars.
Yeah, those are quite nice. And I find that the Kind bars are really good for people who are in the transition phase of just trying to make some healthier choices. These are called, these are actually goji berry crunches, and they're these nut crunches. These things are lovely. And they're usually nuts and berries and sometimes chocolate this has dark chocolate in it
Those are good.
Right. So you can pound something like that. And then, for the quick fix in terms of, dried fruits, the one thing about dried fruit that I'd like to point out is it's usually treated with, a lot of times there's sugar on the dried fruit, or there's also sulfur dioxide, which is a preservative. These are, I'm sure you've never seen an apricot that looks like this.
No, I don't know if I like apricots.
Why don't you try it? Let's see. These are my favorite. These are apricots that are unsulfured.
I don't like that.
Put it in here.
That we're not eating.
How about some dried cherries? These are really good. Here.
Eh. I like those. Those are good. Yeah, I didn't think I would, but
So these are the types of things that you can carry around with you. These are apples.
Now, what would the cost of something like that be? So here's my favorite. These two are my favorite.
Right.
The Kind and these.
Okay, and that's a really good question. Cost, okay? Because a lot of these foods, you look at them and you think...
Expensive.
They're very expensive. So one of my first comments is always, would you rather pay on the back end or the front end?
Okay.
Because I think what happens is we don't realize the impact of a lot of our food choices on our health when we're making them, whether it's drinking the Gatorades or having the Splendas or having all of these foods that have been chemicalized. We eat them, and then later on, we end up with sickness. So I always say, put your money at the front end, spend a little bit more on some of the choices that you're making, and then...
I like the theory.
You like the theory?
I like the theory.
I think it's pretty good.
I think it's a good theory.
You know? And I always say, what do we do every day? We eat food, right?
Right, every day.
So our food has to be as pure as it can possibly be.
So would you say, here, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave you a list of what I ate throughout a day. Would
Right.
you say I'm on a fast track for maybe, say, being diabetic in the future?
No, I would not say that you are on a fast track for being diabetic, but I think you can definitely make some tweaks to your diet where we take out, because Ryan has, you know, the sandwiches, the bagels, the, you know, turkey sandwiches, egg sandwiches, and you're just eating a lot of white flour, white rice products, or white products, as we say. What I'd love to do is infuse more whole grains into your diet, give you more nuts and seeds, take away things like the quick, because the Nestle's quick, right?
Right. Or it could be Hershey's.
Or Hershey's. Take away stuff like that. And having that stuff once in a while is completely and totally fine. It's just making it a regular part of your diet is what I'm trying to steer you away from. And bringing in foods that are more calorically dense and nutrient dense. So you keep the weight on, maintain it, you can gain it by shifting things. So what we're going to do now,
Okay.
we're going to jump into the kitchen.
Okay.
And we're going to make chili for champions over some brown rice. And we're going to play with a smoothie that I call heavyweight, which is a banana almond smoothie. And I'm going to have Ryan make a trail mix.
All right.
And
first time.
And we will be back with you in a moment. And just so you know, on my website, StefanieSacks.com, you can always find the tips, resources, and the recipes, everything that we're talking about in each show. So always go to my website and check it out. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Chew on This. My guest, Ryan Kresge, is here with me in the kitchen.
Hello.
And we are going to be cooking some chili for champions to start out with in our episode Bulk Without the Blubber.
Great.
Right?
Great.
And healthy weight gain for athletes, because Ryan is a hockey player and a hockey coach. And we've started the chili. We have sauteed onions and garlic, and we put some of the meat in. Now this meat is hormone-free, antibiotic-free.
So what's wrong with just buying the regular ground beef?
Right, good question. So cows are given hormones and antibiotics, hormones to grow faster and bigger,
So
and
are athletes.
antibiotics so they don't get sick because they're kept in such tight quarters and there's a lot of disease, okay? So what happens is if we consume meats with the antibiotics and the hormones, we're getting those residues in our bodies. So when it comes to animal products, we want to try to eat hormone antibiotic free, whether it's dairy, you know, beef, poultry, although poultry does not have hormones.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to add some more of our beef.
Okay.
Can you do that for
I
me,
could add
Ryan?
it. Yep, I'll add it right here.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll chop it up a little, stir it up a little bit.
Perfect.
Okay,
and
I'll
we're going to
stir
let
it
it brown a little bit.
All right.
And you can add your cumin.
All of it?
All of the
All
cumin.
Of it?
So that's ground cumin.
There we go.
Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to do a nice scoop of this chili powder. Now this is some of my favorite. It's chipotle chili powder.
Okay. Spicy a little bit?
Very spicy. Delicious.
Okay, I like spicy.
Great.
I like hot too.
You can add a little bit more, Ryan.
All right, a little more?
Yes.
All right, spice it up.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Okay, mix it around. And we're going to let that cook down a bit. Okay,
All right.
perfect.
Here we go.
You can add our cut zucchini and squash. And what I try to do here is I try to
Smells good.
add some vegetables. My husband always jokes with me
Yeah.
that chili is just supposed to be beef and or turkey and beans, and not all the fancy vegetables like I like to put in it.
I think I would agree with him.
Do you?
Yeah, I sure would.
I'd like to see. Maybe you won't eat this then if it has vegetables.
Oh no, I'm gonna eat it.
Okay.
I just might pick them out.
No, I don't think you will. Perfect. And then you can add the beans and the tomatoes as well. And we're going to get into some chopping over here. So I'll teach you how to use a knife.
Oh,
Perfect.
everything?
Black beans and kidney beans. I did a mixture.
Everything?
Yeah, everything.
Okay, it's looking good.
Perfect.
Stir that up before I add those 2 ingredients.
Yep, stir it up.
Okay.
It's looking beautiful, Ryan. Great. Wow.
Okay. Do you want me to turn up the heat?
No, you're doing okay.
It's pretty heated in this kitchen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we like to keep it on kind of a medium heat. Okay,
right.
you can put this in.
Put that in.
Yep.
There we go.
And we're going to chop some more vegetables to
This
add
in
to
too?
that. Yep, that's tomato paste and diced tomatoes.
What about any water? Any water for liquid? Maybe?
No, we don't need any water. The vegetables have their own natural water, so you're gonna see it's gonna have enough liquid in it. And you can use fresh tomatoes as well, but for the purpose of making a quick chili, I do canned beans as well.
Okay.
Okay, and what we did was we drained and we rinsed the beans. The beans have a lot of starch on them.
So why can't? So if I just put in my can of beans with the starch, what does that do to the?
It's a good question actually. It makes it. This is one of my most unsavory words is mucusy.
Mucusy.
It makes it kind of mucusy, which is the starch.
Right.
Okay, so now you can give that a rest. You're kind of starting to hurt it a little bit.
Okay, I'm hurting it. I'm hurting it. Okay, I'm hurting it.
I feel like you're hurting it a little bit.
All right.
So,
all right. So just what do you want me to do?
Yeah, good job.
Just like that?
Yep. Let's do that. We'll
Okay.
put our cover on here like that. Okay, and we'll let that cook. And why don't we come on over here? I'm going to teach you a little chopping.
All right. Okay.
Okay, you can come on over on this
over
side
here.
now.
Okay.
All right, so this is our pepper. I'm going to add a little red pepper. I've washed the pepper already. And we're going to pull out the center. Now, peppers are tricky. Most people will cut a pepper on this shiny side, right?
Right.
And they always think that peppers are kind of tough to cut, right? Well, what I do is I smash it down just like that, and you flip it over like that.
Right.
Because the knife can get kind of stuck here, and then you cut like that.
Thin slices.
Thin slices.
What if my slices are too thick?
Then you can cut them smaller.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds good.
So then what I do is I just line them up like this and just do a small dice.
Wow, that's good. I don't know if I can do that.
Well, we're going to have you try it. How does that sound?
All right. Let's try it.
Okay.
So this is my turn?
That's
this
your
one's
turn.
my turn?
That's your
turn. So I
turn.
put it like that, flatten it.
Yep.
With my hand or
Yep.
the knife?
With your hand, baby.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
And then this side.
Yeah, let's go.
And then just like this. One hand technique. Can I do the
Okay,
one hand technique?
I'm going to show you something now. Watch. Put your hand right over here.
On you, like
Yeah,
that?
on me.
Okay.
Like that. You feel this?
Yeah, I feel it.
You feel that motion?
Yeah, I feel that motion.
Okay, let's see if you can do it. Your knife should never leave the board. It's an
Never leave the
extension of your
board.
hand. Yeah. Slide it. Yep. You're getting okay. Practice makes perfect.
I don't want to cut myself on
That's
the cook
okay.
on the show here.
No, no, no. We don't want Dr. Anton to come on and have to stitch you up. Keep your knife on the board. Good. Okay.
Okay. Go like
Good job,
that.
Ryan.
That doesn't look very good. There we go.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Perfect. It's going to cook down.
So it's harder than it looks. It's harder than it looks.
It is harder.
Yeah, it's harder than it looks.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you made it
Well,
look
slap
pretty.
shot is harder than it looks too.
Right. Sure it is. You got to practice. Repetition
Exactly.
is the key to learning.
Right. So we're going to move this over here.
Okay.
I'm going to put this in our pot.
Do you want me to go back and do my stirring? Or
I would like you to attempt on your own to cut that zucchini, and I will stir. How does that sound?
And how do you want me to cut this?
You're going to cut both ends off. Yeah.
Yeah, cut each end off. Okay.
Exactly.
And
you're going to cut it in half.
And cut it all the way through.
All the way through.
Okay. Okay. Quarters now?
Yep, quarters. Pretty good. You're very teachable, Ryan.
Yeah, quarters. 4 quarters make 1, right?
Right, perfect. Okay.
All right, now what? Now I put them like that?
Put them all together.
4?
You're going to put them together like that. And then... Okay. Good.
Is that right?
Much better. See, you're getting better at it.
I'm getting better. Oh, well, not that well.
Slow down.
Well, I don't plan on being a chef or anything.
I know you don't.
I don't plan on it, but,
That's okay.
Maybe one day I'll have my own cooking show.
Maybe you will.
We'll call it Bite on This. Here we go. All right. Come on.
Okay, now we have to pull together after that comment. Okay.
All right.
Just before we get to our smoothie.
Right.
one of the points that you made when we were talking at the beginning was, how do you afford some of these snacks that are more wholesome, more pure?
Yeah.
And that's a really, really good question, because they are more expensive. And I was saying that you pay on the front end rather than the back end, right? But another way to do it is to just make your own trail mix, which we made here for Ryan. Ryan doesn't like raisins. Ryan doesn't really like coconut, so we removed that. You can mix and match whatever it is you want to mix and match. And we have some semi-sweet chocolate in here. We have almonds. We have cashews.
What do you do about the kid who just wants to grab the trail mix and just starts eating just the chocolate chips out of it instead of the nuts?
I take the trail mix away.
No, I'll eat some of the nuts.
So you do eat cashews. I saw you before.
I know.
Okay. So this is a great thing for you to do, much more cost effective. And then also, we do live in an area where food tends to be more expensive. You can drive up island, you can go to Trader Joe's, and you can go there once a month or even once every 2 months, and you can buy bags and bags of nuts and the chocolate and dried fruit, and it's very, very cost effective there. So that's the way to do it. Now, a smoothie here is something that I want you to try.
Okay.
Now,
is this like what? Before workout, after workout?
Before workout, after workout.
So when I'm draining, maybe not before workout. You don't think that would be a little bit like bloating, maybe a smoothie?
No.
So you think before and after.
So what we did was I peeled and I froze bananas. So instead of putting ice in to increase volume, what I'm trying to do is just increase the nutrients and the calories. So I don't want any water.
Milk.
Okay? So we're going to put the
milk?
bananas. Well, you can use regular milk.
Can you use regular milk?
Yep. I'm using some rice milk.
Rice milk?
Yep. We're just going to use an alternative. I don't like to do everything cow's milk based. Okay?
Okay.
And that here's almond butter. So this is fat and protein.
Okay,
and very,
so
very
instead
nutritious.
of putting peanut butter?
You can put peanut butter in, you can put almond butter in.
So what do you think of peanut butter? Because I eat peanut butter on a regular basis.
Peanut butters, it's fine. Just
what brand?
Well, I would go with a brand that doesn't have any added sugar in it.
So you're talking about natural peanut butter?
Like a Smucker's peanut butter, which is an all natural.
Because I like Skippy and, I like,
Because it has the sugar in it.
Crunchy peanut butter.
So you can try this brand. This is a little more expensive, this Justin's. But the Smucker's Naturals is great. That's a great brand, and it's a very cost-effective brand. So here I have some flax meal.
Flax meal.
So this has your essential fatty acids in it.
I've seen that being sprinkled in my food.
Adds calories and bulk. And I know that you're not a huge fan of coconut milk, but you said that I could put a little bit in.
No, I do like Thai food. I don't mind coconut milk.
Oh.
I like Thai food.
Okay. So we're going to put this in, and this will give you the fat and some nutrition.
Okay.
Put a little cinnamon.
Let's put some cinnamon.
Okay.
It's looking good. It's coming together here.
Okay, and we also have flax oil, which I'm not going to put in, but I wanted to just show you. We've got flax meal and flax oil, two things that add fat and nutrition.
So are these substitutes for each other?
You can use one or the other or both. Okay. You think you could turn that on?
I don't know. There we go.
Yeah, puree.
Puree.
Let that go.
There we go. So am I going to drink this?
Yeah, we're both going to drink it. How does that sound?
I'm not going to have to go to the doctor after, am I?
I hope not, because if you do, I have to go with you.
Yeah. What do you think? It's done? I think it's done.
Okay, let's see. Looks pretty good, right?
Okay.
Let's take some glasses.
There you go. All right. There you go. All right, that's enough there. Let's try it first. Smells good. That's good.
You like
it? Yeah, I like that.
Wow.
That's good. It kind of tastes a little thicker than a smoothie, like more of a pudding, but it feels like it's actually has some substance to it.
So you have something like this, and you're not just having...
almost a meal.
Well, it's not a meal, it's a snack for someone like you.
Yeah.
And it's going to help you maintain your weight. It's going to give you nutrition. So instead of having the quick, which is the sugar, I keep going back to the Nestle's quick, but the sugar that keeps going through you, you have something like this that's going to, level your blood sugar with the peanut butter or the almond butter, the coconut milk, the fat from that, the flax meal, flavor, substance, and it's pretty good.
It's really good.
Right. So, you can stop and get a smoothie. Now, I do have to ask you to try one thing.
Okay.
Because I I just can't stand watching you guys drink those colored drinks all the time at the
Are you
rink.
talking about what, energy drinks or Gatorade
A lot
drinks?
of the energy drinks have dyes in them. And so the reason
And-
everyone drinks the energy drinks is because of the electrolytes. And to replace the electrolytes,
Sodium,
so as you
as the
sweat,
sodium, right?
Sodium, potassium, magnesium. So as you sweat, you need to replenish. And this is a powder here that you can just get these packets. It's they come in a box, and you can get it anywhere from $8 to like $15 a box. And you pour it in your drink here. Mix it around. And take a sip and taste it and see.
All right, so it tastes a little lemony, a little powdery. You know, it's okay, but I mean.
So would you drink something like that, knowing?
I've been drinking. What about the G2 brand? That has less sugar in it.
It's not about the sugar. It's about the dyes.
It seems like it's a little lighter color, though. You can see it's a little more transparent. The G2. I don't know.
It's still color. You want something without dyes and without the junk that's going to go in it, and you can do it a different way.
I could drink this. I could say that I could drink this if I was, I sweated out a lot of my nutrients from a physical activity.
Right.
And this was put in front of me instead
Then
of a
you would do
Gatorade,
that.
then I would absolutely drink this.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you owned a Porsche,
okay,
and you spent a fortune on this Porsche, what kind of gas would you put in this Porsche?
I would put in the high-octane gasoline.
So why aren't you putting it in your body?
I guess you make a valid point.
Thank you.
But
okay.
You grew up drinking Gatorade as a kid, and in college, after it came out from, there's a Gatorade bottle sitting for me with the trainer.
I get it. You're 100% right, but that's called behavioral work, and that's breaking habits, and that's also being logical and realizing that there are healthier options out there, because you want to be around for a while. I mean, you're married.
Right.
I would imagine someday maybe you want to have kids.
Possibly.
Okay, you do coach kids, and you're a role model for kids, as we know,
but
right?
I'm absolutely happy to give them back to their families after I'm finished with them.
But as we do know, you are a role model for the children, right?
Right. Yes. Try to be a good role model for kids.
Right. So part of that is getting good nutrition in them. I was up at the rinks watching one of Jack's hockey games or practices, and I saw a woman give her 17-month-old son red Gatorade in a bottle.
And this disturbs you?
It disturbs me. Yes.
It does?
It does. It disturbs me.
So how's our chili looking?
I think our chili looks really good, and we're going to try it now.
Okay.
But we're going to finish it off. Let's clean this over here. We're just going to finish it off with a little cilantro, and I like to shave my herbs.
Okay.
So I kind of just go like that. Okay.
I'm not going to learn that today. I don't think I can do that.
No, I'll just chop this and toss this in.
Yeah, that's your thing right there. There you go.
And we'll mix this around. And I made some brown rice.
Brown
I know
rice.
you prefer white
rice.
rice.
Yeah, I do prefer white rice. Not going to, basmati, jasmine, white rice is, I mean, those are the ones I like the best. Maybe with a little saffron.
But the brown rice is much better for your blood sugar.
How about if you put saffron, it makes it yellow, then it's not white anymore.
Okay, so we're going to taste our chili. Rye for you.
Thank you.
We've got a little rice.
Try this. Try it. Really good. Really good.
And then I put a nice platter together for you. Over here, you can add some cheese. Okay.
Right.
Let's see.
Look at that. Really good.
Very good.
That's good. That is chili for champions.
Exactly. And you're our champion. Thanks for being with us today on Chew on This. We've got a great next episode coming up, and we want to thank Ryan.
And I'll just finish off the rest of my chili.
And please go to my website, StefanieSacks.com. You'll get tips, resources, recipes, everything that Ryan and I are talking about, you'll see on the site. And try to focus on real food. Eat real food, not colored food, not artificially sweetened food. You'll also see a menu plan on the site that will help you gain and maintain weight.
Great.
So thanks, Rye.
Thank you.